Welcome to the Wmwesports. This is round 6 of season 2. We're in Spain, and as you can see, it's going to be a wet race. So we've got the wet car setup. We put that on in qualifying. Had a really poor qualifying performance. So we're down in P10 to start the race. But hopefully our setup pays dividends. 5, 4, 3 lights, 2 lights, 1 light. Go, quite a bit of wheel spin. The car doesn't want to move anywhere, but the start's not too bad. We're boxed in by Metcalf and Rob a little bit as we get past Rob. Chris also struggling. We might get a run on Chris. Don't fancy losing the front wing on the first lap, so we tuck in. There's a spinner ahead of us. We've got to slam on the brakes. Yeah, let Smithy and Rob past. So we've held position in P10 on the first lap. There's Rob and Smithy duel in front of us, and Rob takes that around the outside. Medium's not too bad at the moment. This is the first time in this weather we go up this horrible uphill section. Take it nice and easy through there. We get a better run towards La Campsa.
Let's focus now for the rest of the race.
Overtaking very difficult in this track, of course, and probably even more difficult in these weather conditions. So we've got Laverick behind us as well, putting pressure on. There seems to be a train of cars already. Someone has slipped off the track there. I didn't quite see who that was. So we'll try and get a decent run out of the chicane, but it's not as good. We get a snap of oversteer. We'll need to watch out for Laverick behind us. So lap 2, P9. You can see there's a duel between, I think that's Rob and Chris, which we can hopefully catch up with now as well. Yellow flag somewhere in front of us.
Yellow flag.
There's Keith has spun, so that's another position gained.
Christ, that was close.
Okay, clear.
So there's a massive train of cars here. I think it's behind Fred, who's in third. It's just very hard to be that one person who's brave enough to be later on the brakes in the car in front. So Smithy's going to have a look at Chris around the outside. Chris defends his line well.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
It's not too bad on medium. I've got a wet as we go into this horrible little section. I of course remember this circuit when we didn't have this little teeny tiny horrible chicane there. Those were the days. As we start lap 3,
The car behind is dropping back.
got a lot of straight line speed. We're catching up. Ooh, we just back out of that. We weren't close enough. No need to push too much if we're in this train of cars. It may be worth an undercut if we pit a lap or so earlier later on. Yeah, I'm the same. There's quite a train at the moment. Oh, as we got a snap of oversteer there. Fuck, I nearly lost it then. Bet Laverick's eyes behind me lit up when he saw that. But we hold it. And we just need to make sure we keep in touch with Smithy. And on the next lap, as we go on to lap 5, we get a better run out of the chicane.
Strategy is available on the MFD.
And we're going to go for that undercut like I said earlier, but we're going to go on the inside. We've got the racing line. Little bit of wheel rubbing, but nothing serious. Struggled to put the power down through that corner, the Spanish version of Curva Grande. This is probably the Spanish version of Parabolica as well. So you can just see from the replay here we get a really good runner. So there's Laverick behind us actually. No DRS due to the wet conditions of course. So we brake, we take that curb. Try and be as tight as we can. Bit of wheel rubbing but all clean as we chase down Chris now. Because the train has started to break in half now, as you can see the those fighting for the podium as Rob spun. Those fighting for the podium have dropped this little group of cars by about 3 or 4 seconds now. So we're going to chase after Chris, but as I said, very, very difficult to overtake here. Chris has got wing damage, I think. I mean, this is one of the circuits on the calendar I'd quite happily get rid of. For 2 reasons. One, it's always boring here. Whoa, Chris, whoa! Did you pause it, Chris, or something? And 2, I'm just not very good at it. I just really don't like it. Chris has a horrible line through that chicane. So we're going to get a run on him here. We're going to have the inside going into the corner. We take our line, nice clean. Chris gave us the space on the inside. Because as you can see, we've dropped a lot of time to Brown Dog and Fredster ahead of us. As by looks at Chris runs wide in, Laverick's going to carry on putting pressure on me going forward. So as you can see, this is the move. Very Senna and Mansell 1991 side by side going down that pit straight. What's happened to Chris? So I'm at the head of the train now, and I think I've got the pace too, but I want to drop those behind me. But I think Laverick's quicker than I am, and I'm probably holding him back a little bit. So
we'll be seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain. We're not certain which is the best tyre right now.
I'm not sure what my engineer's talking about. It's pretty obvious it's pissing it down, Jeff. As the leader's time is 4 seconds quicker than ours. Oh, as we have a horrible line now and get really, really squirmy. We get out of shape there as well. I don't want to lose the front wing there, so give the space to Laverick. Oh, it's all happening. We had to stop quickly. We didn't have any wing damage. I'm not sure if Chris got away with that one.
2 laps until the pit window. You'll be on inters for the... Okay, we can take you this lap.
I've decided here to go for the undercut and see how that works. As Niari has joined our little train now. So I did pit, came out into fresh air until the safety car came out. Nothing really happened. So we pitted again once the safety car came out for a fresher set of tyres. Seemed to have unlimited intermediates. So we're down in P13, but not everyone in front of us has stopped. So we may have an advantage going forward.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
But back after had a great restart. Still struggling to put the power down through there. We chase down Metcalf. Well, got an 8-second penalty, so we shouldn't be too silly, but we've also got some points we want to gain. Yeah. The rain seems to be heavier now as well. On at this point of the race, I don't feel very quick. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because of lower fuel. I've used a wet setup, and it may be a point of I've gone extreme wet, and it's not wet enough. So we're not going to get a run on. Not going to get a run on Metcalf this lap as Niari pits. But Metcalf's going to have a run on Smithy by the looks of it. Oh, and there's a crash there. Thank you very much, Metcalf.
Nice move. Good job.
So we're behind Smithy again now, and we need to chase Smithy, and I imagine our tyres are a bit fresher than his. So that's P11 now at the moment. And you can just see going through some of these corners we've got much better traction. There's a yellow flag somewhere.
Okay, clear.
There's Keith and Smithy both run wide there. Something slippery on there. We're unable to take advantage there, and I know but Smithy's all over the road at the moment. So as we get onto the end of lap 17 now, we're behind Keith and Smithy. Keith gets slow through there. Smithy has to apply the brakes. We're going to get a run on Smithy. In the slipstream, out of the spray, side by side, we're in front, we've got our wheels ahead, so it's our corner. And again, a little bit of contact, a carbon copy of the first overtake from me and Smithy, no harm done. And that's P10. And this race is totally different to the one we had last weekend, where we were fighting for the win. As you can see, so in the end of lap 18, we've got Keith who goes defensive really, really early. We'll try and get a slipstream off him.
You're pulling out a second lap on the car behind.
We're not quite close enough, or we're not brave enough on the brakes there. Although Keith did give us space on the inside as the yellow flag somewhere. Rob spun. So that's now P9.
Green flag.
And the rain is possibly getting a little bit heavy at the moment.
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well.
So we're going to chase Keith as he's going to understeer completely wide there. He's in the gravel.
Safety car is
Safety car's out. And
to form up at a reduced pace. Keep
right, we must have overtaken Keith just as the safety car came out, so we don't have to give that position back.
D for a new strategy.
So we're going to pit now for a set of intermediates and go to the end. So it's going to be a 12 lap sprint race. So we're in P8 now behind Brown Dog.
Okay, clear.
So that safety car came out just as we'd as Keith had run wide and we passed him. So we're going to chase down Brown Dog now, and there is a chance here for good points for us, but I don't feel that quick. I just don't like this track, don't like this setup. I mean, starting P10 and finishing P8 isn't the worst thing in the world, but I think we were second in the championship coming into this race. Possibly that'll be overtaken. We'll end up about 4th or 5th. Especially with the likes of Matty having a really good race up in second. As we chase after Brown Dog. There's a gap of a second now to Keith behind us. And there's a long train of cars here, so
Battery charges.
I mean, if any of them feel a bit brave and start overtaking each other and slowing each other down, that we can maybe be able to pick up the pieces, especially in this kind of weather. I'm not going to take too many silly chances. This Mini Laverick puts in a fastest lap there. So on lap 25, virtual safety car is just about ending now. Brown Dog has a really poor restart. We're going to have a look on the inside, but we're not quite close enough, so we're not going to make that. Scammer has a look on our outside. So we tried a really opportune pass there, and it very really ended up in Scammer overtaking us. So you see Brown Dog, we're just better off the VSC once it finishes, but we don't get it done. Scammer comes around our outside, we give him the room there.
Telling me that, and I was like, it's it down.
So on lap 27 we've got Scammer right behind us, and he's going to want to try and overtake us because of that 3-second penalty that he's got. So we're going to have to defend and defend. And he just seems to have more grip than we do. You can see just how much he's catching up to us in the corners. As he's on our inside there, going into our outside there, we're giving him the room on the... So we've defended that as we go up the hill. So it looks like his setup's the opposite of mine, whereas he's very, very fast in the corners, but I'm a bit quicker on the straights. But at the moment, whilst we're battling, it means I'm losing time to Brown Dog ahead. And Doiji there's got a 3-second penalty. It'd be nice if I can keep within 3 seconds of him, but they seem to be pulling away now. There's Rob behind Scammer's going to join this party in a minute as well. So you can see how quick we are in a straight line compared to Scammer, just by going off the timing on the top left there. So that bodes well for us. As by the next lap, still in the same position, Scammer's still behind us, but still unable to catch us on the straights. Try and take the time trial line just to try anything really. As we do get a knock there off Scammer, we parked it on the corner. No harm done. I don't think Scammer lost any of his wing either. I didn't see any carbon fibre flying. As we go up the hill and into Campsa corner. And that highway's getting higher and higher now. Scammer's thinking of it. We park it just on the apex there. This is the most defensive I've ever driven, I think. I don't understand how I'm still keeping that train of cars behind me because I'm much slower. It's only because I've got a bit of a straight line speed advantage. So as we're in P7. But the cars in front of us are flying away from us now, it's just a case of keeping P7. As Rob's overtaking Scammer behind us, so that's good. That works out for us, and there's been an instant there by the looks of it. So that's worked for us. We just need to drive these last 3 laps and finish P7. That'll be all we can hope for now. And that is all that happens as we round the last few corners. There's a yellow flag on the last sector for some reason.
Yellow flag.
As you can see, look at the state of our tyres, especially on the left side.
Green flag.
Oh,
As we finish in P7. Chris ahead of us, he had a 6-second penalty and he ran out of fuel. And we were just about unable to to pass him as well. With I think it was about 4 or 5 tenths behind him. Well done to Doiji for driver of the day. And there's your podium. Min, of course, on top, followed by I think it's Fred in third. And as you can see there, we were 4 tenths of a second in the end behind
I don't know
behind
how
Prix.
you didn't get past me, Skarma.
But yeah,
That was
not a bad
great
race.
battle.